Hello everyone, this is the Untitled Critic and I'm back with another game on Steam Deck. And this is the Hunter, Call of the Wild. It's a hunting simulator. So I got this game recently on Steam. I'm not really into shooters, but this is like a hunting simulator. I thought it looked really interesting, and it's really more of a laid-back experience where you just explore beautiful open world and just hunt for animals. So anyways, this game is classified as unsupported on Steam Deck. So Valve hasn't yet tested the game. I've read some really mixed opinions about the game, if it works or doesn't work on Steam Deck. And right off the bat, the game is actually in a rough shape when you launch it on Steam, on the deck, as you can see here. It's very inconsistent. You look up to the sky, it jumps. You look here and so the frame rate just is dropping whenever you're walking around. There is lots of stuttering. Obviously, I'm limiting the frame rate to 60. You can go to 90. I just decided to keep it, reasonable, 60. So I found a solution that can, keep the image quality high, but give you a much bigger and better performance, basically. So if we, you will have to do this because by default the game does not has any preset for Steam Deck. Again, it's not verified, it's not playable, it's only classified as unsupported. However, right after the bat, it does work. It does support controller configurations, although it does sometimes show like keyboard buttons. So we go to System. We go to Video, and as you can see, by default, the graphic quality preset is set to Ultra, which is a bit overkill, especially on a smaller screen. So the first thing you want to do is drop from Ultra to High. As you can see, you immediately can get like a boost of 10 frame rate. So now we go from unstable 30 to unstable 40. That's a good start. But there are a couple more settings that you can change here, which will keep the image quality pretty high, but it will massively improve the frame rate. So the first and the biggest, drainer of frame rate basically is the scene complexity setting. So this basically affects just like as you can read here, it just adjusts spawn distance and quality models and vegetation. Obviously on a smaller screen, even if we drop from high to medium, that really won't be noticeable. And that's what we will do now. We drop it to medium, immediately, boom. Another 10 frame rate. Now we're up to 50. So that's great. And now we go to shadow quality. Again, this is a simulator. You really want it to have the better quality, the best like possible quality. Especially for a game that's beautiful with lots of shadows, lots of complex vegetation and foliages, but still high quality for shadow on a smaller screen is not really as noticeable as on a big screen. So dropping it to medium would really benefit us a lot. There's one more, the filtering here on the texture. I would also drop this a little bit, just from 8 to 6. And water quality and texture resolution are both set to Ultra. I would also drop this to High. As you can see, everything else like screen space, ambient occlusion, which is very important in my opinion for this game, I keep it on. Screen space, contact shadow on. And now we go to AMD Fidelity super resolution, FSR basically. So the game does support FSR 1.0. They didn't yet update it to the latest version, but that's not a problem. So we have ultra quality, balance, performance. I know lots of people go to balanced for FSR. I keep this at quality. I honestly tried performance and balanced. And in both cases, I didn't really like it. So I would recommend just keep it at on quality. Everything else is on. Everything is fine. And now we launch the game. As you see here, the image quality is still pretty high, pretty sharp.
I spotted some tracks earlier.
Just incredible.
Close to where you're at right now.
And look at... Okay, we spotted an animal. We may try to take a shot. I didn't yet play the game much, so I'm sorry if my aim is not really that good. Ah. Okay, maybe I should just move a little bit slower. So I will take a shot just to give you just to give you guys also like a look at the gameplay. Yeah, in this game, you will really need to be careful about each shot you're taking. Did I? I think I did. Okay. Yeah, previously I tried hunting like a deer and it ran away. So I'm a bit surprised that I managed to get. Okay, actually that looks pretty decent, right? Yep. Looks great, except
if you want to get your bearings, there are lookout points spread out all over the reserve.
all right, that was good. Anyway, we're back now to performance. Let's just talk more about performance. As you can see, we're getting we're getting in the 50s. Not bad, really. And it really depends on where you're standing, what's going on. When you go into forests and lots of thick foliages, then the frame rate can drop a little bit. But sometimes during like open scenes like near the lake. So in this map, this one does have a lake. And here the frame rate is actually stabilizes more when we are a little bit away from the forest, but still 50 frames per second, that's pretty decent. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous game. There is one more setting I would like to share with you guys here. I noticed sometimes the game is stuttering a little bit, although I noticed it more in the other map. And I also found like a small solution to fix this problem. So it was, it was a texture resolution. So the texture resolution is set to high. I noticed that once we drop it to medium, immediately like the stuttering seems to get much better. Like as you can see here, moving the camera fast, it's not really as noticeable. It doesn't like improve the frame rate like by a crazy margin as texture resolution from what I noticed, but it does fix stuttering issue. So anyway, guys, I would like to show you the other map. So this game has two maps basically. There are more maps, but they are part of DLCs. So if you want to buy those, that's separate. I'm now just talking about the main game. So that was Layton Lake. Now we will go to the second map. It's called Harshen Field. We will also test now our settings and how do they look in this map. As you can see, again, we're getting somewhere in the 50s, which is great. It's unfortunate, it's a little bit foggy. I was hoping that it will get a bit sunny and you guys will see how beautiful this game look under the sun. But I mean, we can get some like sun rays here, as you see, just beautiful. Okay, I think we're getting some sun, thankfully. Just a very, very peaceful game, and you know, in this kind of game, you really want the image quality to be as best as possible. So luckily, I consider a game like in the 50s to be playable in my books. There's a little watchtower over there. Very nice. Oh, okay. All right, that was good. We got another trophy.
Hunting roe deer? They're not the most difficult to hunt, but keep in mind their excellent senses of smell and hearing. If you want to get your bearings, there are lookout points spread out all over the reserve.
So as you can see, guys, finally we got some sun, and the game just looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving it. And you know, despite that the game is being unsupported on Steam Deck, it just runs really incredibly well once you change these couple of settings. Honestly, I think just like the developer can just make like a preset for Steam Deck, and it should just go immediately become like verified, even playable. I mean, like the classification for it. I mean, obviously it's already playable. I meant by playable, like the Valve's classification of games. As you can see, everything is like interactable, like all this grass when you are, you know, like crawling around, they all move out of the way because it's being pushed by your own weight. If you walk over like, you know, flowers, if you walk over like a small branch, you can break it and animals can hear you. So there are a lot going on in this game, and it's still holding up pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you can see, this is theHunter Call of the Wild. It's a hunting simulator. It runs absolutely incredible on the Steam Deck. All you have to do is to change these couple of settings. So let me guys show you the settings quickly again. You go to video, you go to system, video, and yeah, quality preset. It's by default set to ultra. You just go to high. So okay, so here is ultra. We go to high, and then we change the what did we change? Yeah, the first thing you want to change is the scene complexity. So this is the one that cost the game the most of frame rate and most performance. So you just drop it from high to medium. You go to shadow quality, you drop it from high also to medium. Water quality and texture resolution, we drop them both to high. And anti-strobic filtering, we drop it from 8 to 6. It doesn't really change much on a small screen. So these are the basic settings that I change, and immediately, you know, we get like as close as possible to 60 to our target. I mentioned that about the stuttering a little bit. It can be noticeable sometimes, maybe for you it's not very noticeable, but if it is, then just go back here and go to go to texture resolution and drop it again from high to medium. And now the stuttering issue is really almost eliminated. There is still a little bit, but yeah, it works much better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, leave a comment, subscribe if you like what the content that I'm doing, and I hope to see you guys next time.